for you to experience. Like,
Yes.
you know what I mean? Like, I could do all of it. You know what I mean? And it is what it is, and I loved it.
Yes.
You know, like I like being well rounded like that.
Part of the story present and ongoing. We got tuned in here with the one and only A.D.V.I.S.
Peace and love, y'all. It's brother A.D.V.I.S, and we are here at the comic book Hideout. And man, I'm gonna tell you, man, this brother right here, life, like he literally his beat set, extremely dope. And just come to find out, man, like the improvising too. He had 404 and he had the phone, still held it down and killed it. But again, man, we're here with
Life Rexall, Shapeshifter Crew. What's up, y'all? Peace. Fucking, we'll be playing August, whatever the hell, 16th at Rhymefest, by the way. So please come through, you know. But yeah, here to support my cousin Las Vegas. That's my family right there, you know what I mean? And all the dope people here fucking killing it right now, by the way.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Shout out to Rockham, shout out to FaZe Rock, Clockwise, everybody here, Tomorrow, everybody that's killing it right now. Like,
Yes.
you know what I mean? Like, by the way, don't ever update your computers unless you know shit's gonna work. Let's just get that right now. So that's why I was saying, like, I did my beat set off my phone, pressing buttons, hoping shit work, because all the little apps to upload all my shit to the 404,
Yeah.
dead.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you, Apple. So it is
Yes,
what it is.
man. But look, you still came in prepared and still did
Oh,
your
yeah.
thing, though, regardless. But
Years of doing this. I'm not gonna
yes,
trip. Like,
with that being said, because you're talking about it, oh man. So I know you've been putting in again years of just like work and
gray
stuff like that.
hairs, yeah.
I would say this: what has been one milestone on those years that you put into the work that you always go back to and you smile?
Honestly, it was actually recent. It was the last Rhymefest because I got to play at the Coliseum.
Ooh.
So like, you know, like I played like all kinds of random spots, but there's something about the Coliseum being a, you know, from LA, like that's the torch. Like I was what, 10 years old. My homie's dad took me to a concert at the Coliseum and I was
Yeah.
wild and I was like, oh, you know, like I couldn't afford that shit. You know, my parents couldn't afford that shit. My homie's dad took me to see, I think it was supposedly supposed to be like the last Rolling Stones tour or something like that.
Oh, wow.
It was like the Stones and like what was it? Living Color opened for Guns N' Roses or something like that when the second album came out or whatever. So like ever since then I was like, I want to play at the Coliseum.
Yes.
And I got to play at the Coliseum last year. That was one of the dopest things because it's just like I didn't care if it was on the field or it was outside in front of the torch. None of that mattered to me.
Yes.
It was just like the fact I got to play there. You know what I mean? Like that was dope as hell to me. It was just kind of like a sentimental thing more than anything, you know. I mean, I can name a bunch of things, but that was the thing that stuck out to me because I just didn't expect it. Like I was like, well, when the hell were you can see a hip hop, an underground hip hop show at the Coliseum?
That's
you
true.
know what I mean? That's what was tripping me out more than anything.
Man, but again, oh yeah, congrats on that too as well. I mean, it's well deserved again for all of the work that you've been putting in and how long it's been there. So I'm glad, especially I did not expect that myself either, trying to even get in, and then man, there was a lot going on that day
It was
for
just
sure.
crazy. Like I just did not expect to play it. It's just the fact that it was a Coliseum. I don't know why I'm stuck on that, but it was just like no. Like I expected to watch football games, watch weird ass dirt bike races and monster trucks and whatever. Did not expect to see a rap show. You know what I mean? With a bunch of my homies at that in Pierce.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So that was really dope.
Again, life always brings out beautiful surprises. You just never know.
Exactly.
And second question I do have for you is also in just the spirit of where we're at too in the comic book store too, is if you can tell me what was one of your first introductions into like comic book superheroes and all of that stuff.
I'm getting memories of going to my. So it's funny. I have a cousin named Pablo, and my name is Pablo. We got the same birthday too, by the way. Don't ask.
What?
We off by a year, I think. I forget. I got shout out to Paul, man. I gotta figure this out. I gotta ask him again. It's been so long. But I remember we went to a comic book convention in the Valley, like, oh God, what was this? 86? 87?
Okay.
You know what I mean? And like I'm over there with my little X Force #5 and like or not X Factor, like just there's so many dope fucking comics that my boys like the first original runs of like the Eastman Laird TMNTs, the first. I know Los is gonna hate me for saying this. The first miniseries of Wolverine, the
Mm.
4 issue one. He hates Wolverine. You know, he thinks he ruined Marvel. So I'll let him have that opinion. And I
So
get
Logan's
it.
not
Yeah,
one of his favorite names to hear either.
yeah, I get it. Like he kind of took over the whole thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, no, I've loved comics since my only thing is I felt probably like after what, like the beginning of the Jim Lee run or the X-Men, like,
Okay.
and after the whole image
Change,
like,
yeah.
all that, I kind of fell off with it, but like next thing you know, I started getting back into it probably about a year ago. Like now I'm reading all the the hell are they called? The compilations of like the
Oh yes. The
Claremont X-Men,
compendiums,
yeah,
all of them.
yeah, and all that
Yes.
kind of stuff.
Yes.
Like and the new Transformers run that Funky was just talking about.
Yeah.
That's dope. You know what I mean? Like,
That's what's up.
like, I'm a comic book kid. I might be running around doing beats and all this shit and grew up around what I grew up around,
Yeah.
but like I'm still a fucking comic and video game nerd at that. So like as my lady, she'll go crazy because I'm playing Skyrim. Like it, like I'm like what, 13 years later, some shit, and I'm still playing that right now. They're like, oh, they remastered it, bet I'll play it.
It has a lot of replay value, like for
You
real.
know what I mean?
It
So
does.
like, yeah, no, this is, and I love the fact that the event's here. You know, like I, this makes me feel at peace. Let me put it that way. I love comic books. I love, I was sitting there with my wizard's drawing, trying to like copy whoever the hell was on there at the
Yeah.
time. Like, I had my how to draw comics the Marvel way and
Yeah.
all that shit. I'm sitting there like studying all the image artists and sucking. You know what I mean? Like,
You gotta
but
start
I
somewhere.
did it. You know what I mean? Like, this is all inspirational to me. You know what I mean? And then my homies are all graph writers, and they're all half of them are inspired by this shit too. Whether could have been other types of comics. Like I was not gonna say not the homeboy that drew Groove, but like Teach Wizard and all that shit. You know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
like or even the heavy metal comics. Like some of the homies like. But yeah, I grew up around all this. This is my thing. Like I'm cool with this. You know what I mean? Like I get to play beats,
Yeah.
and like I'm trying not to walk out with something because like
yeah.
trying to be like good with my money basically when I walk in this place. You know what I mean? I'm looking at all the rated comics even,
Oh,
and I'm
yeah.
just like, but
Tempting.
yeah, most definitely. It's like me
With
when I
that.
go to like what's the Frankincense?
Wait, Frank.
You Frankincense?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, like I walk in that place and I'm like, oh, you got retro games, like all that shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm still mad that I haven't cracked my Chrono Trigger. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Man, games back then, I mean, they literally stood the test of time and stuff. Like nowadays, a lot of stuff is just easily cracked, or I mean, now it's all digital. A lot of it just really wanted to be digital now when it comes to that game. So just buy the digital, don't even have the physical.
Oh yeah, I know. I still have the old consoles. So.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I have a tube TV that's hidden in the garage. Like in subtitles way and shit. And it's like, I'm mad, like moving it out the way. But like, like I get the urge to hook that old 90-pound thing up just so I can play Super Nintendo.
Man.
You know what I mean? Like I'm that dude. You know what I
Man,
mean?
it's wonderful, man.
I'm goobery in lots of ways. Like I grew up. It's like I said, where I grew up, it was gangster, it was skater, surfer, it was sports, it was comics, it was every nerdy. I grew up well rounded in this shit. Like the motherfuckers were pop locking 1 minute, and then my next thing you know, I'm seeing my homies try not to get jumped, and then the next thing you know, they're playing Games Workshop. You know what I mean? Like,
Wow.
Warhammer. Like, so, like, I'm all over the place. I'm schizophrenic with the cultural references, bro. Let's just put it at that.
Man, but it's beautiful that you're a part. I mean, like you add all of that into what you're
Why
doing.
not?
I mean, you tell your experiences.
These things are here for you to experience.
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I could do all of it. You know what I mean? And it is what it is, and I loved it.
Yes.
You know, like I like being well rounded like that.
Yes. Go ahead.
The Shapeshifter crew.
The Shapeshifter
For me,
crew.
When I was a kid, probably ninth grader,
Yeah.
9, going into high school, was the first underground hip hop experience I've ever had where I felt like I was found. Like you guys did, like, dude, just with the nerd, dude, the conspiracy, the tagger, the underground life, the grime, like, dude, you guys were everything. Like, dude, when I met you, when I found out about you guys, bro, I still Shapeshifter for life, bro. That is the best group that's ever been put together. Like, that is the best group.
Nah,
That ever,
word,
man.
thank you. It's just a culmination of like everyday shit. Like, there's
No,
nothing
Circus,
special
he's crazy.
about it.
Circus is crazy.
I mean, yes, he is. Shout out to my brother Circus.
Circus is crazy.
You know, but like, and the thing is, everybody, if you look at the crew, you're just like, you want to like, okay, this is what they are. They're these dudes and they're wily or whatever. Like, some fools try to tell us like, oh, we're trying to be like the Beastie Boys of LA or some stupid shit, right? Nah, man, like we all over them as far as like the personalities change so damn much.
You guys weren't from LA.
Well, no, it ain't even about that though. But my point being that like not one of us is like the same person.
Yeah.
You know, like which is like, you know, like we all have hella different tastes and tendencies, and
That's why I was
you know what I mean. Like I'm a very
bar to bar. You'll be like,
I'm a
AWOL
very
jumps on, now
right.
jump on,
I'm a
now
very
Circus jumps on, and you hear it.
I grew up on R&B and boom bap and oldies, and the next one's like grew up on punk and
Yo, these guys
you
got
know what I
the
mean?
dopest
Like we're
sound
all
effects.
over the
Joust sound effects in the backgrounds of their beats.
dude.
Like,
Wow.
y'all
Oh
play
yeah,
Joust?
Circus was
Y'all play
putting
Joust?
Circus was doing
Oh,
the
man,
video
so
game
good.
stuff like in hip hop so long ago.
So good.
You know, like that's one of the first things we had to sample. Like when I didn't have records, remember the first Genesis?
Yes.
It had the headphone output
Yes.
on the front. You pop in the cartridge, and guess what? You could do the sound test. You could do the level music. You could do the sound effects, all that. That was going into my Gemini Boom, looping it on a 4-track, blah, blah, blah.
Wow.
Like, yeah, it's real. Like,
Rob all day
oh,
on that shit.
rest in peace, Rob. Love
bro.
Rob.
Man.
Like, you know what I mean?
Was
Like,
on a next
it
level.
is what it is. Like, I'm just happy that I'm a part of it. People love it. People hate the hell out of it.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, everybody was just being themselves. You know what I
Yes.
mean? And the person that they expect to be like, oh, this dude's like this weird goober that doesn't know shit, will sit there and rap like every bar of like the most random like JVC Force or Rakim song you've ever fucking heard. Like they know they're hip hop as hell. They just, the thing is like they didn't want to be somebody else.
Yes.
They wanted to be themselves, whether or not it fits what you liked. Cool.
So original.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
you
I
know
feel
what
you.
mean? Like,
I feel
it's
you,
just
man.
like-
I got that.
Yes.
It's fools are all over the. You know what I mean?
I had to say it to a shapeshifter every time.
It's just,
Bro,
you know, these
did
fools.
some crazy
We wouldn't
You guys
even
did
agree
magic.
on songs within ourselves because we're so all over the place. But at the end of the day, it's like the mutual respect we have for each other. It's like, yeah, we'll do it. You know what I mean? Or like, and it was just at some point, it's fun.
They're still deep in the streets.
You know what I
guys are
mean? Like,
still deep in the community,
it's
man.
just fun. It was just fun. Like, okay, if I make a record for myself, it sure as hell ain't gonna sound like a Shifter record. But when I'm with these dudes, it is what it is. We're having fun. Like, let it be. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing people gotta realize. It never. Some people feel like, oh, they're trying to be a mockery or some shit or something. Like, not really. They're just, their personalities are funny.
Shapeshifter was my
You know what I
favorite.
mean? Like,
There's
so,
so many members. And
dude,
you got everything.
shapeshifters
Every member.
evolved so much that what you see now as shapeshifters wasn't even shapeshifters. I don't like none of the crew that you see now was actually the original group of shapeshifters. You know, like Rob One, Mech, Perk, Round, Sir, like it was a whole different group. But through whatever way that it happened, like I met Akuma and Die. They introduced me to Mech. Mech introduced me to Circus. Circus introduced us to Radio Inactive and like AWOL. And you know, it just turned it like people left the group or did or you know, got caught up or went moved or whatever, and fools kind of came into place. Like, you know what I mean? And it started as like we were just like, oh cool, nice to meet you. Hey, oh, we gonna record at the homie spot. You got a 4-track. Let's do something. All right, we all rap. Cool. We do that, and then next thing you know, it's like, oh, we got a show. Well, we just put everybody on the name of Shifters for the hell. Next thing you know, it's a group. Like it turned. It was not like it wasn't just like a thing. This thing happened over time. Like it
We
was
getting
a
some
bunch of
history.
entities. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like it just turned into what it is. It's like it was a crew of cats that turned into a group, you know, with mutual respect for each other and love. And it's just, you know, having a good time.
Who's the best artist?
I'm gonna say, hold on. Yes. Hold on. You trying to take it? So
I would say this just to. Sorry, I got to dog you for a second, Cinco. We went on one tour, and Cinco's a funny ass cat, right? Circus is funny as fuck too, though. All right. They started bagging on each other the whole damn tour. I think it was a Suicide Watch tour in like 2003 or something like that. And you know, Cinco's clowning Circus and whatever, but Circus had the power of art. So this motherfucker is drawing pictures of Cinco all over every city we go.
Wow.
Like, he had like a little like a little sailor hat at one spot, or like you know, he's just clowning the shit out of him. Just drawing. We're like, dude, we can't even do nothing against this. It was just great. So like, yeah, like man, like, but for me to say if who's better than the other, that's a matter of taste. But shout out to Circus for fucking.
that is hilarious. That moment, man.
Like he took the bag into two mean streaks and markers, and this one was drawing pictures of Cinco like in dirty windows and shit, like all compromised and shit. You know what I mean? Like I think there was this venue called Uncle Fester's in Indiana. And he turned the Uncle Fest turned the Cinco on the side.
Wow.
Yeah, it was that kind of shit. You know what I mean? So
that's
like,
hilarious, though.
No, I loved it.
Yeah, that was a beautiful experience. Yeah, and another moment.
Yes.
You know with that being said, because we got a lot of the history, and I do appreciate you definitely sharing and doing it. You good? We're still going out. We're going out on there because I'm glad because then I'm just getting more introduced into a lot of this. So I'm about to go back and do my history. So last question I got for you is when it comes to life and things and stuff in general. Mm-hmm. What would be one piece of advice that you would give to someone, whether they're an artist or they have some type of passion that they want to, achieve as well as go after? What would be one piece of advice you would give them?
It's real simple. Study your craft. But like dead ass serious, study your craft.
Yeah.
And don't be afraid to do it, and don't care about the comments that come from the side.
Yeah.
Study your craft. And be serious about it and do you. You know what I mean? And I mean that sincerely, like in the sense where like part of studying your craft, especially with beats, rapping, whatever it was, art, right? The first thing you do is you study what people do. You learn the rules, right? Yeah. You learn how to mimic other people, right? Mm-hmm. So like, biting is forbidden in hip hop and all, sure. But I guarantee everybody started like, I started rhyming like LL when I started or whatever the hell. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So, but the thing is, you got to learn to develop yourself. Oh, you gotta do what you want to do for yourself and not give a fuck about what anybody else does. Yes. And secondly, like, learn the rules.
Yes.
But then once you learn the rules, you know when you can break them.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's like with beats. It's like, like you learn all these kids like, oh, so and so said we're not supposed to quantize my drums or whatever, and blah blah blah. It's like, but then like they never learn how to build a proper pocket.
Yeah.
You know, it's like so like. But I'm not saying that to everybody because some people are just natural. They're just be like, man, I never had to.
Yeah.
Right. But my point being is like, who cares if things look like training wheels if it's teaching you the right things? You know, it's the same with like engineering when we're mixing songs. It's like, oh, you shouldn't, you know, it's like, oh, you shouldn't compress everything or EQ before compression or whatever. You got your levels got to be mixed a certain way.
Yeah.
It's like, don't solo shit and then try to make it sound good and then bring it back into a mix because then you realize it sounds out of place. It's like there's a bunch of stuff. Like you got to learn the rules first.
Yes.
And then once you learn the rules, you learn how to break them. And once you learn how to break them, that's when you become yourself. And that goes for anything. I don't care what it is.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's like you learned how to ride a bike with training wheels, right? Mm-hmm. And then once you got the training wheels off, next thing you knew how to wheelie and ride up a curb without ever touching the front wheel on the ground. So it's the same thing with art, man, music, whatever your passion is, just like study it to like till you're sick of it. You know what I mean? You should. If you care about it like that, do that. You know what I mean? And then all that effort that you put in to studying that craft, put it in towards molding yourself and what you want to do with it. That's it.
Man, beautifully said, done, and just giving so many examples, man. I'm just picking up all the gems and all the wisdom from it, man. Yes. But with that, again, thank you so much for doing this, man. And shoot, legend, brother. I really do appreciate it. Before you go, can you again plug all of this stuff so everybody know where they can find you and check out all this stuff, everything?
Yeah, I've been hella dormant, so but go on IG, Life Rexall. Shout out to OMD who's working on the new record, the new Mexican Descent record. I've been producing some of that, mixing and recording some of that right now. Shout out to DJ Bombay and Aniwaska. Yes. Like Ani, I recorded a record for her. Nice. Produced by Bombay and a few other people. Kiku, shout out to Kiku. Supposed to be working on a new writer's block with 2 of the Visionary members. And
beautiful. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, no, I'm lagging. That's my fault, y'all. So, but because I've been working on all this other stuff. But you know, you'll see me when you see me. But like I said, I think it's August 16th. Whatever the date is, Rhyme.Fest, LA Coliseum, Shapeshifters, Visionaries. I think a Mexican Descent is playing too. Wow. Aniwaska is playing. Yeah, it'll be dope, man. I'll see y'all when I see y'all. I'll be there. I'm in and out of the whole damn place. Understood. You know what I mean?
Yes. Thank you so much. With that being said, y'all, it's been your brother A.D.V.I.S, and this has also been Life Rexall. We're here from the Comic Book Hideout, and don't forget for y'all to like, comment, share, and subscribe for some more. Other than that, peace. We out.